Let's go! Legion! 1, 2, 3, go!
Hi, welcome to episode 8 of the Comic Con Community Podcast, and tonight, joining me, I've got Eva, who's aka Mermaid Muriel, I've got Ali, and I've got James, who is Deadbeats Cosplay. So, in case you hadn't guessed, tonight I'm joined by some cosplayers. Hi everybody, how are you all doing?
Hello.
How's everything going? All good tonight? All raring for the podcast?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been excited to be on this all week after hearing about it.
Exactly. You've been looking forward to it for so long.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
cancelled going out tonight. That's how committed I am.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, what more could we ask for? And Eva's just, yeah, I'm here.
I've just stopped rhinestoning part of my dress, so yeah.
Wow. That looks like a good effort there. Have you got glue all over your fingers?
No, because I use
Oh, okay.
She's a smart person.
Yes.
because my glue doesn't have an applicator, so I needed something to be a bit more precise. So it's like literally glue a dot, stick a rhinestone on, glue a dot, stick a
Oh, gosh.
rhinestone on.
Yeah, that's too
That
much
sounds
effort for
like
me.
it's going
I
to take a
couldn't.
while.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a quicker way of doing it, but we'll leave you to figure that one out.
I don't think there is, because I've watched a lot of people do different rhinestoning projects from, like, there's somebody I follow who's doing a second breakfast because she's getting all the hobbits to sign it at MegaCon in
Oh, wow.
Mega, I think it is. And she's doing time-lapse videos which are taking like hours of her to do, but it takes like 30 seconds when you watch it like sped up, and I'm like, yeah, there's no other easier way to do this.
No,
No,
well, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I don't think I wouldn't have the patience. I'd probably just throw a load of glue on, pour the rhinestones on, and kind of shuffle them
Hope for the
around a
best.
little
Yeah,
bit.
but you've got to make sure the rhinestones are the right way up. That's the only thing.
Ah, okay.
There's,
I'm all out of ideas.
there's sparkly on one side and flat on the other, so you kind of have to
Oh,
make sure
right.
they're the right side up.
Right. See, I'm learning. Every day's a school day. I mean, I've never really done cosplay. It's not something I've been involved with. I know a lot of cosplayers, obviously, being in the Comic Con side of things. But it's just something that I've never done. But maybe one day. I do. If I was to do it, I mean, I'm going to Kim's event in a few weeks, which is the Horrorwood 3. Little plug there, but Horrorwood 3 in... remind me again, where is it? It's near Oldham. Haywood, that's it, in Haywood Horrorcon.
Just on, I think the outskirts of Manchester,
Yeah,
Rochdale area sort of thing.
area.
I'll be
Yeah.
attending that myself as well, hopefully. So it'd be great to meet you in person.
It will, yes, it will. So, if I was to do anything, I guess I would. But I mean, this is an obvious one. I would probably dress up as the Terrifier because I just love the whole. I just love everything about it. It's absolutely brilliant. It's fantastic. Just, I mean, obviously the facial expressions and his mime and stuff, and the movies are great, although a bit
I'm trying to
gory.
keep quiet.
Not
They're
competition
brilliant.
I've literally just completed my Terrifier costume.
Oh, well, I'm definitely
I've
not going
literally
as the
just
Terrifier.
completed it. Everything's all done with it now.
Are you
I'm
wearing
so happy.
that to HorrorCon then? Or to Horrorwood?
No, I'm actually going to be doing that for the promo day.
Oh,
On
right.
living at is it Living Pavilion?
Yes, Louder Pavilion.
Louder
and
Pavilion,
Gardens.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, February 8th. I'll be attending that as Art the Clown, or I might
Excellent.
come as Ghostface, one of the two.
I think art would be a good idea. So as well, if you've missed that, anybody watching this, next Sunday we've got a bunch of cosplayers going down to Louder Pavilion because, in case you haven't heard, we've actually announced we are doing another Comic Con. So unfortunately we couldn't do Fleetwood because the Marine Hall was unavailable, but we've managed to secure Louder Gardens. So that and Louder Pavilion and Gardens. So we went to look around it. The venue itself is absolutely phenomenal. It's got everything we could possibly need. I'm not going to say too much about it, but it's a great building. You've probably seen it. Next Sunday we're going to be there. I may or may not be there, but we will definitely have some people there. Just as Cosplay, we're doing a bit of a promo day. So if you are in the area, certainly go down and say hello to our cosplayers that are there. So that'll be fantastic.
That'll be me. I'll be attending quite a few others.
Yeah, we've got a few lined up. So yeah, please do go along. if you're in the area and just see what's going on. It's really busy there. I mean, we went down on a weekend. We went down on a Saturday, so you'd expect it to be quite busy. But the cafe was full. They had a theatre class going on in one of the rooms, and there was just people everywhere. But Alan was saying that he went down on a Tuesday, and it was equally as busy on a Tuesday. So great. It's just a great venue. The gardens are beautiful. It's huge. There's loads of room. It's going to be something else.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Definitely.
So that's not till August, but yeah, keep your eyes peeled for more information. Anyway, enough for promoting our Comic Con, but that's not why we're here. What we're here to do is just showcase all the different people involved in the industry, and obviously cosplayers are a main part of a Comic Con. I mean, if you didn't have cosplayers, you probably wouldn't have a Comic Con. So I suppose what we're going to do is I've got a bunch of questions that have been supplied to me. As I said, I'm not 100% on cosplays, but somebody's given me some really good questions. That was actually Sav, who's Ready Player 2 cosplayer. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight, but is here in Seoul, and I've got his questions. So blame him if none of these are relevant. But my first question, and that's going to be to Eva. What was your first cosplay? Can you remember what?
Daphne from Scooby-Doo, but the 1960s version of Daphne. I was gonna go meet Matthew Lillard when he first came over in 21, and because that was before I first became a proper mermaid, I asked my mom if she would make it for me. She was like, "Oh my god, yeah, I could totally do that for you." So yeah, my mom made the dress. I sourced the shoes from some random website. I have no idea, but I still have them now, so they're all right.
Wow,
I think
they've
they only
lasted.
cost me like a fiver as well. And then the headbands and bits and pieces came from Amazon and things. And then I found a light up Scooby-Doo handbag from a regular choice that cost me a lot of money. But it flashes when you bash it, so the lights flash.
Right. So if you hit somebody with your handbag, it starts flashing. Right.
If I put it on the floor, or if I go over a bump in the car, like it lights up the car, so I have to be really careful to cover it up, because otherwise it I'll probably get told off.
Yeah, blinds you while you're driving. That's not good. So when was that? What was that for? Was it for a Comic Con or?
That was for HorrorCon.
All right. Okay. Another one of
Because,
Kim's events. Yeah.
That it was the first time that I was going to meet Matthew Lillard, and I was like, I need to kind of look like Daphne. So
right. This is what I'm going to do.
I was one of 3 Daphnes, I think, in the whole day at HorrorCon, which I thought was pretty cool. There was a zombie Daphne, which was really good.
Wow.
Somebody had done all their face with as if it was peeling off, but had the Daphne outfit on with they just honestly they looked amazing. And I was like, that's so cool. Why didn't I think of that? But I didn't want to ruin what my mum had made me.
I've never heard someone doing a zombie Daphne. I've never heard somebody do it zombie Daphne before. That's the first time I've ever heard somebody do that.
At HorrorCon, they'll do zombie anything.
Oh.
I've seen zombie all sorts. I've seen zombie Captain America. I've seen zombie a zombie tree, which was weird.
I've seen zombie Captain America and a zombie Spider-Man in places, but I've never seen a Scooby-Doo character as a zombie. That's a first.
They did zombie Shaggy and everything as well, and he is coming back to HorrorCon in April, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing how many dead Scooby-Doo characters they're gonna be, which is gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to a HorrorCon, you have to dress up as something horror related, and if you've not got anything, then Scooby-Doo characters with a horror twist, I suppose.
Just add a bit of blood to some plain clothes and go as Purge. Easiest costume ever, Purge.
Yeah,
it's like when people wander around a normal Comic-Con with the arrows on their head, not the arrows, the Sims character things.
Plumbox.
And I'm like, that's genius. That is a genius cosplay.
Or you do a Minecraft gamer tag, and you just literally it's just simple as make a headband, and you can be whatever character you want to be, really.
Yeah.
It's like the people that wear a white shirt that say Error 404.
Yeah.
Cosplay not found. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, nice and easy. That's probably something I'd do because when it comes to doing costumes, I've just got no. I'll tell a lie actually though about the whole cosplay thing. I've got some involvement because, and this is a plug for me here, which I don't often do, but in 2 weeks I'm doing a half marathon with Sav, and we're raising funds for the Comic Con, and I'm going as Robin of Batman and Robin. So Sav is going as Batman, I'm going as Robin, so I've ordered a Robin costume. But it's not just as straightforward as ordering it because I've had to make some adjustments to it. And I've also bought a yellow running bag which will go around my waist, but it's in the style of a Robin belt, and I've got a Robin patch and attached that to it, so it looks all part of the costume, you see. So yeah, that'll be my first proper cosplay outing. But anyway, it's not about my cosplay because that's terrible. Next question is over to Ali. What is the one cosplay you like the idea of, but you did not like wearing? So when you were making it, you thought this is going to be amazing, but then when you put it on, you just went, no, it's not comfortable, or it just didn't feel right.
I mean, I've painted myself blue before because I did Corpse Bride for Blackpool last year. So I loved the process of making it. I found a wedding dress from a charity shop, and found the wig, and I've made it everything. And the entire time I was like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. I've got an actual wedding dress. And then I had to get the train to Blackpool, painted blue, in a wig, in a corset, in a wedding dress. And I think I spent most of that convention sat on the stairs dying from the heat. Well, saw my makeup just melted off my face.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. It felt like end of Wizard of Oz. I'm melting. It was great in theory. And then you realise actually why at weddings people just spend most of it sat down.
Yeah.
Because like hell, you're going anywhere in one of them.
And which Comic Con was that? Was that Blackpool? Did you say?
Blackpool, yeah.
Right. That sounds. I mean, as you're right, it sounds great in practice, in principle, but once you actually put it on, it just sounds so uncomfortable.
The nice thing about Blackpool though is I probably wasn't the weirdest person there in general.
Well.
Hey.
What did you go as?
You know.
Were you there, James? What did you go as?
I was there that day. I've been to nearly every single Blackpool Comic Con. I missed a couple of years, but that was because I just couldn't afford it at the time, or it was like an awkward time of the year where I just wasn't able to get to it. But I've been going since I think the first one in like 2015.
Right.
I went to the first one when it was at the Winter Gardens, and it was massive. We had what's it called? Mini-Me.
Oh yes.
He was there as one of the celebrities, and it was a really good time.
Right.
And over the years, I've just gone to every single one because obviously it's close to home for me. I'm like a 10-minute walk from the convention, so it's just easy for me to get to.
You didn't have to get the train in yours then.
No,
look
but
at
it does get a little bit awkward walking the streets where in some costumes that I own, and other costumes that I own, I have to like transport in bags and keep hidden out of sight because of like the weapons that I carry. I'm not legally able to carry on the streets.
Yes, yeah.
I have a gorgeous picture of him where he's wearing my veil over his ghost costume. He's got my veil and his flower crown on. Oh, I love that picture. I'll find it somewhere.
I was gonna say put that picture in the group, one of the Facebook groups, because we need to see that definitely.
Oh God.
You look lovely.
Yeah, I was sat on the stairs and I was absolutely dying while I was in. I do Ghost from Call of Duty. He's a masked character that wears like he's got a skull on the front.
Yes.
I do the new iteration from the newer games.
Oh, that's cool.
That's the mask.
Right.
I do that, and I was absolutely dying because it's armor, helmet, mask. I'm carrying heavy weapons, so it does get like quite heavy after a while of just walking around. And I just sat down for like 5 minutes. Next thing I know, crown's getting placed on top of my head, and the picture's getting taken. I'm just like, okay.
Too tired to fight.
It's beautiful. There was that one lady though who did like. When we were sat on the stairs, he did take a picture, and then she full on walked over and tried to move me, and I had no clue what was going on. And so Yeah, she just tried to move me more. I think it's like I was practically like sat on your lap at one point because she was like, "Get closer, get closer."
There was a lady at Blackpool Comic Con, like, I love photographs being taken of me. I love all the photographers that go, like, praise to every single one of them. But this lady kind of came up to us, and rather than asking politely, could you, like, move here? Could you do this? Can you help get this picture sorted? She just moved us and
Yeah.
didn't
Right.
even ask consently if she could take our pictures. Like, sometimes I don't mind, like, the odd person just going and taking a picture randomly.
Yeah.
Not
Getting
That's not a
physically,
crime. But
like
when
getting
she
into
was
one's space.
directing us
Yeah.
and not saying a word, it kind of was like, whoa, just slow down a little bit. Like, just ask us,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
knackered. And I wasn't even fully dressed either. I had my mask off, helmet was down, my gun was to the side. I was relaxed. And
Did
yeah,
she work there, or was she just one of the attendees, or?
She was just
it was-
attending. I
yeah,
don't
attending, I
Right.
think.
Strange.
But at
Yeah,
the end of the day, you're
that's
still a normal person. You wouldn't go up and like any
no.
other person try and move
Oh,
them.
I've seen it happen at bigger cons where people just walk up to people that are clearly eating.
Yeah.
Like, if you spot a Disney princess, like Ariel, Belle, Cinderella, whoever, they're all normally sat around the same table because there's normally a group of them.
Hmm.
And they're sat down and they're eating chips. Why would you go over and ask for a picture when they're covered in tomato sauce, they've got greasy fingers, and they're clearly having 5 minutes? And I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's
Leave
just
them
you sit
alone.
down as well. You just get comfortable. You
Yeah.
like just sort yourself out. Someone walks over with a camera.
Because
It's even
they
worse,
sort of
like,
say,
just
look,
going,
I'm
sorry,
eating,
go
can
on.
you come back in 5 or whatever? They're like, oh my God, all these Disney princesses. And I'm like, shut up.
I,
It's
I've had it.
What's wrong
I've
with
had it
you?
before walking into the toilet. I think I was in Spider-Man or something, and I was just getting towards the toilet when someone asked if I could stop and get a picture. And I was just like, "Bear with me. I'm just nipping to the toilet," and I came out and they were gone. And it was like,
Obviously couldn't wait. Yeah.
like, don't act like if you can see I'm heading towards something like that. Don't stop me. Don't
Yeah.
stop the person. Just
not
let me
not on the way
go.
to the loot.
You've got an objective, and that is what you're gonna do. You do not want anyone getting
No.
no.
Yeah. It sounds like we've got a sore point with the photography, though. I mean, there's obviously, there's a lot of attendees at the Comic Cons, and people get excited, but they obviously it's just common sense to, be courteous when you're taking pictures of cosplayers, or ask permission at least, or
Yeah.
just be nice. Don't
Even if you just
you're
come
not
up
there
to
for
us.
them.
Even if you just come up to us and just say like, "Hi, love your costume. Is it okay if I could get a picture with you?"
Yeah,
That by all means happily say to us. Most of the time, well, 9 out of 10 times, if we're not busy, we'll take a picture with you.
yeah,
I'm not like a big cosplayer myself, but I do get a fair few amount of pictures taken with me. But I just like it's yeah. People come up to me and ask me, I'll have take pictures. Ones that just come up and shove a phone in your face.
Yeah.
You just like just back off a little bit.
yeah.
And if you
Stay
do
on.
want to direct it a bit and want to like ask them to pose.
Yeah.
Don't walk over and do it yourself, random woman from Blackpool. I haven't even found those pictures. I don't even know who she is. I went all over Facebook and everything. I could not
I
find those
still
pictures.
not find to this day either.
No, so those have just become lost to the wind apparently.
Yeah, sat on somebody's iCloud or Google account somewhere,
We'll
just
find them
never
in an
to be
art
seen.
museum in the future or something. Just casually a picture.
Yeah, yeah. When you're famous, they'll be like, "I took this picture of him back in 2020 or something." Yes.
Uh,
So the next question is for you, James. What is the most, and this is kind of in line, maybe. What is the most unexpected reaction you've had from the public? Which could actually be around a picture, or it could just be anything.
oh God, what? I'm gonna think of different cosplays now because I've got that many. I think the best one would probably be my ghost face. I love horror. It's one of like I grew up with it all,
Yeah,
and Ghostface being part of my favorite genre, which is slasher movies. I love doing Ghostface, and I walked up to somebody in the crowd, and I had this little kid come up to me. I thought they were going to start crying. Oh no, I got a massive hug off of them,
Oh,
and it was just like why is this kid coming up and hugging me? And I found out from the parents that Ghostface was his favorite character as well.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
But it was just like, what? Why is this little kid
Know what
being
Ghost
shown
Face
slasher
is.
movies like Ghostface and then going up and hugging the person?
Yeah.
I loved every minute of it. It was a cute reaction. But the best one for me probably would be just scaring somebody.
yeah.
It was actually at Fleetwood Comic Con, and I just walked up behind one of the security guards. I tapped on the window. All the rest of the security guards could see me, but she couldn't.
Oh,
And I just tapped again, and I just stood there. She turned around, and I could hear through the glass the scream that she let out. Best reaction I've had. I've never heard somebody scream so loud.
It's a shame nobody got that on video because that could also go on the Facebook
I
group.
may have actually. I don't post
Oh.
a lot of the stuff. I've actually my phone storage is an absolute nightmare, so I actually might have that on video somewhere.
That would
Oh
be
God.
amazing.
I'll,
Feel free
I'll,
to
I'll,
post
I'll
all of these in the Facebook groups. You know, it's
Oh,
that's what it's
I
there
did.
for.
I did get up to a lot of trouble in my cosplays. A lot of trouble.
I think it's just
See,
I
and
pushing.
I end up like annoying the horror characters because they try and scare me by standing there, and then I turn around and I'm like, oh hi, and they're like, oh.
Oh.
I don't.
Pennywise will jump out from nowhere, and I'm like, hi, oh. But
Yeah.
that
I
comes
don't have
from
my
years.
starfish that you gave me, but I do have the little threaded ghost still from Fleetwood Comic Con actually that I got given from you guys.
I have my octopus. It's just on my, or is it a jet? I don't know actually know what it is. I'm not a marine biologist, but I have that still. I love that little handout I got.
But yeah, right, like it. It's funny when the horror characters try and make me jump because it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I am completely unflappable, and it's probably from having a younger brother who used to jump out on me a lot, and a lot of people used to play tricks on me
There is.
um,
Oh,
and
okay.
try and scare me. So I've just become unflappable, and I'm just like, oh hi. I'm useless walking through a scare maze
I
And
did the exact
I,
because
same
I
at
just
Pudgy.
don't jump, and they like stamp their feet and try and scare me, and I'm just like, hi, how are you? You having a good day?
Look
I
of
did the exact
disappointment.
same at Pleasure Beach with my friend Anouk. We went to the Fright Night that they did there. She was absolutely screaming her head off. I was stood there like just laughing my head off at everybody, just saying hi. I think one person got me, and that was on the Alice ride, where it was right at the end, and I didn't expect it. I
Ah.
thought there was only a few actors like inside it, but there was just one person right at the end that got me, and I was like, oh.
damn it.
But the rest of them, I was laughing. I was like even playing along with them.
I have fight or flight, and then when I mean fight or flight, I mean I actually walk about scare mazes with my fists up without realizing it. I'm surprised I haven't tried to punch someone out. Actually, I think I
Surprised you've
get
not
a
got
lot
me
of
yet.
that.
There's still time. There's still time. Maybe at this year's
Time.
Comic Con. Yeah. So the
I'll
next
probably.
question is for Eva. Oh, sorry. Go on, James.
I was gonna say I'll probably end up trying to get her at Comic Con and end up getting punched in the face,
Yeah.
square,
You won't need any fake blood. It'll just be
all real.
the real stuff. So
Authentic.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go for a question for Eva, but I'm just gonna pick a random one, which makes it a bit more. Oh, we
Interesting.
go. Yeah, this is a good one for you, Eva. Have you ever had to repair a piece of Comic Con costume mid con? And in fact, it's for all three of you, but we'll go with Eva first. But that's kind of a. I can see you both nodding. It's probably something
Not
that happens.
It's a
not
universal
mid-con,
experience.
Yeah.
but I have got a 3D printed thing. And some lovely cosplayer put him on her head and he fell off. And then she went, oh my God, he broke. And then literally handed me him back and then sprinted away.
Oh,
So I
no.
I had
Hit and
plasters.
run.
I had plasters in my bag because I'm constantly cutting myself. So I wrapped a plaster around it. I'm like, I wonder if there's a cosplay station with like glue. So I literally went to them and went, can you fix thing for me? And they were like, this is the weirdest question I've ever been saying. But yeah, we have super glue. So yeah, they filled him full of super glue and stuck him back together again. But costume wise, I've never really had to do it because most of my cosplays that I walk around in are full on like normal clothes outfits. Like Daphne's a dress.
Yeah.
Rosalie, when I did her, she was mainly like trousers and stuff that I'd found in different shops and charity shops and things like that. I think her whole outfit, including the shoes, was cheaper than me dyeing my hair for that outfit.
Oof.
My
Wow.
hair cost me 150 quid to go blonde because there was no way on this planet I was dyeing it myself because it's like quite long.
Ah, wow.
And
Which I had
like
that
I was
problem.
like, I'm not frying my hair off because I'm a mermaid essentially. And I'm like, I need my hair. So I went to the hairdresser and went, can you make me Rosalie? And they went, you do realize she's wearing a wig, right? I'm like, yeah, but currently I'm brown. As long as it's slightly lighter than that, I'm happy. And they're like, oh, all right then, yeah, we can do that for you. 4.5 hours later,
Oh.
Gosh.
it took 2 of them and 4.5 hours. If I didn't have 2, I'd have been there like all day.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So yeah, my poor hairdressers. But yeah, mid-con I've not had to really like fix anything, but I have sort of helped people to the cosplay station by holding their outfit together
Yeah.
while they go over to the cosplay station because they're struggling to, hide
Something.
boobage
Yeah.
and modesty and things like that. And you can just see them going, oh my God, I can't move. And you're just like, look, I will lead you over there while I'm holding their outfit together, or I've held someone's wings while they're putting something else together and things like that.
Right. But
So
luckily for you,
I've
nothing's
more
happened.
help than anything else.
Yeah. Which is good. That's good to hear.
Oh God,
So,
I don't
just-
know where to start with for me. Jesus.
Oh,
Uh, God, I
I've
think
got one from Liverpool. That was a nightmare. Oh,
I'll let you go first because I've got
okay.
a few.
Like James, I've also done Ghost from Call of Duty, and it is a school mask you have to wear for it, and it's this one right here. The elastic completely snapped off it.
Oh,
So
no.
the way I was keeping it attached to my face was by lifting my helmet up, sliding the mask in underneath, and using the force from the helmet to kind of keep it pressed into my face. So I had a lovely red line across my forehead, and
No, you know how I feel.
I was utterly miserable the entire time. And then just one random guy I talked to that day, I was like, "Oh yeah, my mask broke," and he's like, "Oh, I have super glue on me."
Oh.
Where were you half an hour ago? You've had super glue on you this entire time, and so just sat outside, literally like crouched on the floor trying to stick my mask back together. I got super glue all over my hands, but I didn't care as long as I didn't have to press it into my skull anymore.
Did it work though? Did it stay
It
stuck
worked.
together? Oh, that's
And now
amazing.
it's worked too good where if I do ever have to fix the elastic on it, I will probably have to rip it off from the mask itself.
I was at Fleetwood Tram Sunday, and I think it was 2024, because we were just promoting Fleetwood Comic Con coming up the next year for 2025.
Yes.
And it was my first iteration of Deadpool. Not, it wasn't the best costume, I'll admit, but it was something. Like
Yeah.
it was recognizable at least. But the belt that I have for where all the pouches are and that connects on the bottom, around the back was Velcro, and it just would not stay.
Oh.
And I'd found out that I'd ripped the Velcro from the actual thing, so it wasn't tied down anymore. And I was walking around in front of a good few thousand people while holding like my belt together, and it just got to a point where I was walking with the guns and pouches and everything around my ankles
Oh,
because they just would not stay up.
Do you
And
never carry like an emergency stapler with you or something?
I
Just
carried
in your
duct tape
pocket?
with me.
Yeah.
I had duct tape, and it was meant to be like really strong duct tape, but it just didn't work either.
No.
Like I'd wrapped it around at least good 4 times, so it was like it was bulky at the back. But because of me moving and like getting everything around, it just slid out and wouldn't stay. And there was another time I was dressed as Spider-Man from Homecoming. I was walking along the promenade for an event just to help them out, and I had to take my mask off for this kid because he was crying. He didn't like masked characters. Even though I was Spider-Man, he didn't like it. So I'm just one of those that I'll take the mask off, show them I'm the same as them, and I'll put the mask back on. When I put the mask back on, the zipper broke.
Oh no.
No.
And this was in front of, like, obviously the promenade people and everything like that. And yeah, it split from the top downwards, and I couldn't put it back onto the rail and zip it back up. So I was walking around with, I think, 3 clips on the back of my mask,
Oh my
just
God.
holding up, and you could see like my hair sticking out,
of
and
it. Yeah.
I was really annoyed at that. I nearly cried actually because obviously in front of people, it's a bit embarrassing walking around with like a clip when you're meant to be this like superhero
Cool
sort of thing.
superhero.
It
Yeah.
looks great from the front though. The pictures just look great from the front. They don't have to see what's on the back.
Well, that's the main
We've
thing,
got the
isn't
video
it?
on YouTube of me walking by, and you can see the whole like the back of it being like split open, there's
Oh
clips and
gosh.
everything. I'm just like, "Ugh."
No.
And I think the last one for me would be I was in I think I was in my Ghost, and one of my weapons actually broke on me. I had like a really, I think it was like a 40-pound gas pistol. It was just a cheap one, and someone was holding it. And as they went to pass it back to me, they'd let go at the split second I put my hand out, so the gun dropped
Oh no.
and it
Is that
split.
a Bolton
I think so.
thing?
I think it was Bolton. But yeah, it kind of ruined it because that was the only weapon I had at the time.
Yeah.
Whereas now I've got me being doing airsofting,
A
I've got
small
an
arsenal.
AK, I've got an
Yeah.
M4, I've got another pistol, I've got weapons now that I can use for my ghost character.
Yeah. You've got a whole range of. You've got like an armory in
Small
your bedroom.
armor.
As soon as I get my own place sorted out, they will be shown on
Display
my
cabinet.
wall.
Yeah.
They will be displayed.
Yeah. Feel like the Batcave. You can just have them all stuck on the wall, and that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
It'd be funny when people walk in and like not realizing they're airsoft guns and it's like,
Oh my God, he's a psychopath.
Yes. What have I let myself in for?
I'm
I
only a
think
little
you would
bit.
walk out, honestly, if you didn't. I would walk out of that house.
Uh,
So I'm going to ask the next question to all of you as well because it's this one I think is kind of useful. I think a lot of people watching that are watching because you're cosplayers will find this quite useful. So starting again with Eva, um, have you got any advice for people that are wanting to start in the world of cosplay? And I think this is useful because when I was at Fleetwood last year, I did have one of the parents come over, and her daughter was really into cosplay, but she just didn't have anybody to speak to about it. So I think any advice that you can give to the people will
Well,
definitely.
one of my first cosplays, apart from Daphne, my next first one was Negan from The Walking Dead. And I got the t-shirt, I think from Tesco, that was a tenner. The jacket, I think I got from Asda, that was like 15 quid. And then I went to Primark for jeans. And then I just bought some cheap boots from Shoe Zone and a neckerchief thing from Amazon. And when I met Stephen Ogg, who plays Simon, he turned around, spotted me down the queue, and went, "Oh my God, it's Negan with a fanny pack!" Because I had my bum bag on. And I've seen him like 3 or 4 times since, and he still calls me Negan with a fanny pack,
Wow.
which is freaking amazing because
Yeah.
it's just
Stephen
awesome when the celebrities remember you. But yeah, like I started off like super easy. Yes, I got my mum to make the Daphne costume. Most of the Rosalie stuff, um, the waistcoat that she wears in the baseball scene, because that's what I was going for. I got as a jacket for £3, and then my mum took my arms off and turned it into a waistcoat. I got the grey top from Sports Direct again in the sale. The trainers I got from Shoe Zone. The socks I got from Amazon. Literally, it cost me what, 40 quid for the whole lot, including the shoes. Like I
Yeah.
said, my hair costs way more than that. So I kind of started off easy to a Comic-Con, and then I was doing mermaiding and stuff like outwards, but I can't figure out how to make myself move when I'm in tail because my
Yeah.
tail is made of silicon. It weighs about 30 kilos. The fin is 4 foot wide. It's huge. So, and they always say you can't be more than 3 foot long or 3 foot something. Your cosplays can't be more than 3 foot something anyway. It's on quite a few of the FAQs and things.
Ah.
So I can't wear that to a Comic Con where I'm going to be walking around and meeting people. And I don't want to just go to a Comic Con, especially when the celebrities there, where I'm not moving because I want to see people. I want to see the stalls and I want to buy stuff.
Yeah. You don't want to just stuck
So
in one place all day.
I came up with different ones and I've done Patty Simcox from Greece. I've done Snow White from Once Upon a Time. My mum made me a cloak out of a pair of curtains. And the rest of it I got either in sales or from charity shops. And this is my new project, which is going to be a bit of getting round a Comic Con, but I'm still going to be able to walk,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. Like, it's not going to be where I'm restricted. Plus, I like to be comfortable. I said with this,
Yeah.
this is not going to be comfortable, but I don't care. But like I said, most of it, all you've got to do to start is pick someone from you like watching. Like TV shows are the best. So like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you can buy and find most of the stuff in charity shops, or you can make things work from Primark or Marks and Spencers or whatever. Like you can make different things work, and same with like Vampire Diaries and Supernatural. I mean, trench coats are in at the minute, and that covers Supernatural or Vampire Diaries. I can't remember which one because I don't watch either, and Doctor Who and stuff like that. So, like, if you just want to go as like Inspector Gadget, all you've got to do is go find a hat,
Yeah.
put some
Yeah.
arms on it, and wear a trench coat. Boom, that's your cosplay. Like, it doesn't have to be massively intricate for your first couple of ones. Like I see the anime guys walking around and holy, like the costumes that they make by hand is insane.
Oh
As
yeah.
well as their makeup, and they've styled their own wigs. You don't have to go that hard first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Start cheap and easy. Yeah.
if you got a white shirt, a leather jacket, and a pair of jeans, you can either go as Negan or Spike, depending on like what color your hair is. It's like it's that simple, and people will know who you are because they'll be like, ah. And if they get you wrong, just say, yeah, I'm totally that person. That's what I've done before. I've just gone, yeah, I'm totally that from a show that I haven't ever seen before. But thanks.
I've mistaken so many times in different characters for so many different characters that are not even part of the genre.
Yeah.
It
Imagine
does make
calling
me laugh when
Deadpool.
like someone's clearly dressed as Deadpool and they go, oh my god, it's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I got called Batman in Deadpool.
That's how.
Yeah.
I've been called the Red Ranger in Deadpool. In Spider-Man, I got called Deadpool.
You can't win. You're a guy who owns both Spider-Man and Deadpool, and you'll never get called the right one.
Nope.
Nope.
One day I will. One day I will. My first cosplay was I actually did Joker from Arkham City. The game, Mark Hamill voiced him, and one of my favourite jokes of all time. He's up there with Heath Ledger. I know, obviously, Heath Ledger's most people's favourite Joker, but I grew up with Mark Hamill from the animated series of Batman.
Yes.
But I did that cosplay, and it was just a fancy dress costume. Literally, I bought the fancy dress costume rather than wearing the latex mask that came with it, I just painted my face, sprayed my hair green. I bought some, I think it was like purple gloves, like really, like the £1, £2 pair of gloves. Some of them, I had some parade shoes from when I was in Air Cadets, and I became Joker.
Yeah.
It was just as simple as that. That it doesn't have to be anything like nowadays. Like, yeah, I might spend a good amount of money on cosplays, but that's just because I prefer being screen accurate nowadays. Like, I want to look the part. But my first ones, they weren't all that great. They were still, but they were recognizable. But it doesn't have to be intricate. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be like as detailed as most cosplayers. You can just, like you said, Eva, white t-shirt, black jeans, a black jacket. You could be anybody,
Yeah.
and you can do what you want to
And as
do.
long as you believe that you are that character and pull off the mannerisms, say a couple of sentences, like catchphrases or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Negan's always like leaning back with his bat over his shoulder. I was doing that loads when I last saw Stephen Ogg, and he was like, "Oh my God, it's you again!" It's like, yeah, gave me a massive hug. Honestly, it's so good. But
Yeah.
like, and he's like, next time you ought to put because I had my hair in a high ponytail, so I could do that and whack the zombies. That was my whole thing. And he was like, next time put some barbed wire in it. Put some barbed wire in my ponytail, so it would like proper like chop the heads off as I was swinging my head. And I was like, that's
That's
actually not a bad
fashion
idea.
statement, though,
It's
like,
not actually. Well done, Trevor.
I can get behind that, like
Yeah.
barbed wire and hairstyle.
Just don't forget it's there, and
Yeah.
put your
Oh
hands
no,
over or something.
I'm not daft enough to put proper barbed wire in, because
Oh no,
in
it's
my
got to
look,
be
I
real.
would stab
Obviously.
myself in the
Yeah.
head.
Got to use the real thing.
Oh,
So
I
Ali, what
definitely
would you
agree with
give?
what James said, though, about how for your first one you don't have to be completely screen accurate. I feel like a lot of people, like when they first start getting to cosplay, they kind of think that there's like some standard they have to go to, that they have to be completely 100%. No, because let's be honest, like a lot of the cosplays you'll see on social media, like professionals, there is a lot of money being put behind that. No one's first
thousands.
cosplay is up to that level. Everybody starts from somewhere, and not everyone like has certain skills. So I'm not a seamstress at all, so that's over time. That's something I've just had to learn to do. But definitely with some of my first cosplays, I was part of like a My Hero Academia group back home. So we were just idiots who walked about in wigs and just our normal clothes. But it's kind of because we were all together, and it was more that we all just loved this thing. It didn't matter that we weren't 100% like the characters. I feel like there is just this idea that you have to be completely perfect, which is never true with anything.
See, I thought that for a good few years. I was like, oh my God, there is no way that I'm that good at all. And then I actually started going to cons and looking, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh. And then the realization hits, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I could literally just wear that, and that, and I can be that person from that TV show. And I'm like, why didn't I think of this before?
And you can
What?
work on stuff over time. I feel like my favorite one I've done is Scarlet Witch. I feel like I've done Scarlet Witch about 20 different times now, and over time I'll add something, I'll change something. My first Scarlet Witch, I prefer not to talk about. It was a swimsuit that just over a pair of pink leggings, but it worked. And now I own my One Division accurate one, which I don't like to think about how much I spent on it, but c'est la vie.
But it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
it is.
Also, I don't think people realize how many cosplays you can get secondhand as well on stuff like vintage. A lot of my favourite ones I've done Hatsune Miku, the Vocaloid. I've done Arkham City Harley Quinn, and then, oh God, I've done Chun-Li as well. All of them were purchased secondhand off of, say, Vinted, and I actually found one at a charity shop. So definitely just work within your own budget and your own limitations. Don't feel like you have to do anything more than what you're capable of.
I got very lucky with my Deadpool. I've got I think it's a pro cosplay Deadpool, and on the sides, like for one of them, is like probably about 350 quid, like ready to ship sort of thing. I found just the suit, no accessories, no nothing. It was just suit, gloves, mask, and I think that was only 35 quid. It was an absolute bargain. So obviously, I grabbed that. I bought all the accessories myself. So belt, pouches, leg sheaths. Got boots. I've got a knife. Yeah, I've just got everything.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
I think so far it's been about 140 quid I've spent on the
That's
entire
right.
thing. So it's like it. I've got there in the end, but yeah, 35 quid on Vinted. It was just stuff like that.
And you've just added to it over time, yeah.
I think it took me about 5 months to actually get everything together, just because I've had to go through like different suppliers on getting, because some people have got like certain things of Deadpool, but not from my suit, or they've got the accessories but sold out. So I've had to go somewhere else, and they take longer to get here, and it just takes time.
Yeah.
Even with I think with my ghost I've been having since 2023 maybe, and still to this day he's still not finished because I can keep adding bits to him like flashlights, torches, UV sticks, just
Why does he have
bit.
so much useless stuff on it? Sorry, because you've done Ghost as well. Why is there so much useless stuff?
Every part has a specific thing for it.
I don't care. I don't care. I just want to wear the costume and feel like amazing.
Welcome to my world when I'm in Ghost.
It
and
is
I walk around a con for like 7 hours in full gear.
Yeah. See, I've seen. I don't know if you've seen in the cosplay and prop making. I think it was the cosplay and prop making Facebook group. The Lee Francis Fancy Dress Friday videos. It's the guy who does Keith Lemon and everybody else. He does Fancy Dress Friday, and he's done it for years. And he's like, he's just like the biggest nerd I've ever seen, and he totally loves it. He's always showing off his figures that he's bought, and he's also got a podcast out called Unlikely Friends, which is just fantastic. Plus, he talks about all the cool toys he's bought. But when he does his Fancy Dress Friday, he talks about his costume, and he spends. I mean, obviously, he can afford to, but he spends an absolute fortune, and he will just go online and he will just buy replicas of everything, and it looks fantastic. But obviously, we've not got all the money to kind of do that kind of thing. So I think it's key that, as you've all said, just start small. Start with the basics, shop around, look in charity shops, look in Vinted. Just start with the basic costume and just add to it over time. And that way at least you're wearing it more than once as well, because there'd be nothing worse than buying an outfit and then just wearing it once. Which I'm sure people do.
Some costumes even have like double standards, so you could buy a Deadpool costume per se, and then once it's say like broken or something, cut it up, make it into a zombie.
Yeah, and then we're back to zombie Deadpool.
Chop off bits of it and make it battle damaged. Every time, you don't have to throw away that cosplay. You can make it into something different and make it anew, even if you love the character.
You mentioned about buying a Robin costume earlier. My mate did that, where he's had the same Robin costume for about, I think, 3 years or something, and then it just got really just worn over time. He ripped it up and he went as Jason Todd from the Death in the Family. So he did spend most of it. Like I said, photos, but he did just spend most of the convention lying on a floor, just taking different pictures of being dead. But it worked because everybody knew he wasn't just Robin; he was Jason Todd Robin. After he get brutally spoilers for a 40-year-old comic, but
for those people who haven't read it, that's it. You can reuse it and repurpose it, can't you? That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I mean, the thing is, you can do what there's a pair of cosplayers in America that go around Comic Cons, and they go up to every single Batman and just die in front of them. And there's another guy who dresses in a suit and dies in front of Spider-Man, like every time, because he's Uncle Ben. And they are well known for doing that, so you don't even have to have
I nearly did that last year. I nearly went as Gwen Stacy, and I would have I just wanted to wear normal clothes, but I would have just absolutely just laid on the floor the entire time.
No, I don't like that one.
Oh, I'm adding it to the list now. Wait,
I'm still not.
Thanks
I
for
will never be over Gwen's death.
you're never gonna get over
I'm
it.
never gonna get over Gwen's death.
Right,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
spoilers by the way for Main Spider-Man 2, but still.
right, that's
Well,
on the
so
list.
we've got another suggestion for Fleetwood then. Is that what you're going to go as, Ali?
Hell yeah.
For Fleetwood.
Oh, I have to wear a wig then. I'm not going blonde again. I have to wear a wig, but I'm not going
Yeah,
blonde.
no. And I've just said Fleetwood as well. We're not in Fleetwood. Sorry, everybody. Don't get your hopes up. We're not in Fleetwood. We're in Lytham.
Yeah.
It's Lytham, not Fleetwood.
Lytham.
Yeah, never mind.
I
Nobody
know.
will
Wasn't Comic
notice.
Con this year.
Nobody will notice.
I know. Hopefully I'm hosting again this year. Alan asked me last year if I would want to, and hopefully I'll be hosting. And I am prepared to fight someone for it. If they even think of getting, I am prepared to fight someone for
And
this.
what cosplay would you wear if you were fighting somebody? Would you borrow a Deadpool or something?
Ghost.
Batman, maybe?
No, you've got to do
Ghost.
something Street Fighter, surely.
I got Chun-Li.
No.
Yes.
I was just about to say she's got Chun-Li.
Yeah. That sounds like a
And then
solid
just have
choice.
someone shouting in the background, "Finish him!"
That's Mortal Kombat.
I was. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never used to play them things.
that's like when
Or
people
watch
go
it.
like, "May the Force be with you," and then do Spock.
Do the Falcon. Yeah.
That's me. I've never seen a Star Wars film in my life ever.
I haven't either. I just know all the characters and all the background information. So if someone goes,
I think I've
I can
heard
go,
James.
well,
I
did
think
you
I've
know?
heard- Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I've never seen Lord of the Rings, and I get called out for that quite a bit. I know. I've just not
I've
got
never
3
seen Lord
hours
of
to
the
spare.
Rings.
You are watching it.
I've never seen it.
I've
Oh, you
never
haven't?
seen it
Ah.
either.
There you go.
Again, I just know who all the characters are because my stepson's into it. So I've been slowly collecting the autographs for him
Okay.
on his frame from comic book frames.
So you've probably met most
yeah.
of the cast, but you've never actually seen.
No,
Do you-
he's met the cast.
Oh, he's met them. You haven't, right?
Yeah, I've just paid for it to happen.
Oh, right.
Right,
That makes
well,
And
sense.
gone, oh look, there's Sean Astin. Oh look, there's Elijah Wood. Oh look, there's so and so. I did
What?
meet Orlando Bloom though for a picture. So I got the picture with Orlando Bloom because I wanted him from Pirates of the Caribbean, whereas my stepson wanted the autograph to go on his frame.
And did you tell him you'd never seen Lord of the Rings?
No,
No, probably best not.
I'm see, Lord of the Rings never really like bothered me as such. I was more into horror when that came out.
yeah,
So I watched like
Yeah.
a lot of the early 2000s like horror films. But I spent most of my time riding horses, so I didn't really see
Right, that's
many
fair
films
enough.
at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't even alive when the film came out. I wasn't even alive.
I was going to say, speaking of horses and Lord of the Rings, actually, I've got my dad, Darren, a friend of his. We were part of this group called the Galactic Knights, all Star Wars people, but we started mixing genres and everything like that. But we met somebody called Ruth, and my dad, he helped her out with a few things. But we found out that in Lord of the Rings, I think it's Return of the King, right at the end where Gandalf the White turns up and he's leading the horsemen into battle against the Uruk-hai, one of the horsemen was actually Ruth. She travelled to New Zealand where they were filming the Lord of the Rings films, and because she had experience with like horseback riding and like scenes like that, they transformed her into a male character, gave her armor, fake beard, mustache, all that sort of stuff, and then filmed them going into the
Wow.
battle.
That's
Oh,
claim to
They
fame.
did
that.
it with a lot of women because it was cheaper to get a load of women in that already knew how to ride than get men who didn't know how to ride and teach
then
them how
teach
to
them.
ride
Yeah.
galloping into battle, which is scary when you can ride.
Yeah.
Well, we found out Ruth is actually friends with, well, I think she's friends with Orlando Bloom's sister,
Nice.
and she introduced him to Orlando Bloom, so she actually got to meet him in full Legolas costume, and it was like she still speaks about it to this day as a highlight of her whole life, like saying that she was actually in a Lord of the Rings film.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
To be
that
fair,
is a big claim to
I'd be
fame.
doing the same.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah,
Well, that brings us just to the end of the podcast because we've been going an hour, would you believe?
Aw.
So I think I asked about 4 out of the 20 questions that were on the list. But, you know, it happens, obviously. But that's fine, that's fine. We'll do another one sometime and I'll ask the questions that I didn't get to ask. How's that? We'll do another one in a few weeks. But at the very end, we've got a new segment, which is now the third podcast with this segment, and it's normally 5 random questions, but it's a bit different this time because it's 6 random questions because there's 3 of you, and I'm going to ask you 2 each. And also, it's not quite random. I'm not going to pull them out of a hat because these questions were actually sent to me by a friend of mine. Carl and Jazz sent these questions. So hi Carl and Jazz, if you're watching, these are your questions. So they sent these questions over because I said, have you got some suggestions? And they were, oh yeah, here you go, ask these questions. So I was like, that is a great idea. So first of all, the first question is going to go to Eva. And Eva, have you ever had a paranormal experience?
Yes.
Do you want to expand on
I've
that
had
a little bit?
I've had quite a few.
Have you really? Well, without
Yeah.
going into too much detail, you need
It's
to tell
mainly-
us something.
Mainly animals on the horse yard where I've worked because it's like super duper old barns and stuff like that. I've been driving down a road at silly o'clock at night and I've seen hounds and horses and going off hunting and then they just disappear and
Wow.
yeah. But when it comes to the houses that I've been in, I haven't seen any like people.
Right. Just
I haven't
animals.
seen any people, but I've felt things. You know when you walk in a room and it's something's not quite right, but you can't quite put your finger on it, but there's nothing there. Kind of like that.
That's a
But
great
I
answer.
have seen like ghost animals quite a lot as well.
Wow. I'm glad I asked you that question then. That's great. Ali,
Aye.
what would your superhero power be? And you don't have to base this on a cosplay, it could just be anything.
I just want to teleport. I'm lazy. The reason I don't go to a lot of stuff, I can't be bothered.
You don't have to get on the train.
I don't drive. I'm doing my theory at the moment. Public transport's a nightmare. Like, I would go to a lot more events in general if I just didn't have to worry about getting there and back. So I would love to teleport.
That's a
Also,
really
then
good
just,
answer as well.
You know, teleport to the fridge, get my food out, come back to my room, eat it in peace. I'd teleport.
Good answer. James, which
Hello.
book or TV or game universe would you most like to be part of?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh God, now you're gonna put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be quick.
I mean, Call of Duty would count, by the way, if that was where you wanted to be, like as Ghost. But it's a
that'd be
bit
the
boring.
constant war.
Yeah,
The constant war.
you'd have
all
people
the
shooting
time.
you
I
and
could-
stuff. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm gonna go for an old classic. It'd be Spyro.
Ooh,
The Dragon Spyro.
Yes.
I love that.
Right.
Because
Okay.
Spyro was my game growing up. Like I remember it on PlayStation 1. And so yeah, Spyro.
Spyro, good answer. I'm not going to ask Eva that one, but I know the answer already. I'll ask Ali. Favourite animal? And I'm going to guess Eva's was the horse. Plus you do horse riding. Ali, favourite animal?
What is my favourite animal?
No, we're asking you. You don't ask us.
We're not mind readers, you know. We can't just, like pull it out of your brain.
I don't know. Oh, bloody hell. Frogs. I like frogs. They're cute.
Okay, good.
What's
That's
that?
a valid
What are
answer.
you pulling a face at?
Eva, who is the most famous person you have ever met? And there's probably a lot of them because obviously we're in the Comic Con
quite
world.
a few.
Yeah.
I mean,
or
the
who would
most-
you think is the most famous person? Doesn't have to be like based on the star meter of IMDb or something. Just who do
I
you
mean,
think?
The most expensive person I've met was
That works.
the Winter Soldier.
Oh
I mean,
yes.
Sebastian Stan.
That's the one. Because I mean, I paid for a family autograph. Because we all wanted his autograph, and I'm like, yeah, I can't afford that. But I also wanted him from Once Upon a Time because I'm slowly building that collection. And when we went in for the picture, I said, "Can we do a jealous boyfriend picture?" Because my husband was with me, and he went, "Yeah." And the picture's great because he's just hugging me so tight and grinning straight at the camera while my husband's stood there going, "What?" But a lot of my favourite meets have been like the cheaper people, like Stephen Ogg. I will see every time he comes to a Comic Con because he remembers me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Fasinelli and the guys from Twilight, they remember their fans, and they're not like that expensive.
Hmm.
Or like that famous now, even though they always have massive queues. But it's, if we go in by like famous as in price wise, it's Sebastian Stan.
Right.
I mean, I've done Helena Bonham Carter, which I think she was my ultimate to meet. And she was 150. But I mean, she was my ultimate like unicorn. I never in a million years thought I'd actually meet her. Because even when I
Yeah.
walk around London, I'm as blind as a bat. You could literally walk into me and I'm just like, oh crap, that was so and so as they're walking around the corner. And I'm like, damn it.
Damn it.
But
Yeah.
like the realization hits me like way after.
Too
So,
late. Yeah.
oh yeah.
All been there.
Can I change my answer to penguin?
Yeah.
I like
Penguin.
penguin.
Penguin. Frog. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with penguin. And James, last
Penguin.
question. If you were a ghost, and I mean like a ghost, not the ghost, but if you were a ghost, how would you make your presence known?
There would be signs. There would be signs. I'd probably just be that annoying one, and I'd take like inconvenient items, and I'd just move them slightly. Or like I'd take your left glove, and I'd just put it like on the couch, or I'd take a right shoe and put it into a closet, and just little
That's what a
inconvenient little
dog
things
does.
like that.
That is literally just what a dog does. I swear.
Might as well do it as a ghost.
Yeah.
Let's fly around then.
Just make people think they're going mad. Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
exactly.
Right.
What better way? What better way to end it all? Just watching somebody drive themselves crazy by watching them like moving things.
And they'd have no idea it was you.
I just go and haunt my best mate. His name's Asher. He's never getting rid of me. I'll be dead and I'll come back and haunt him. So just make his life just a misery.
Something gets moved and he's just like, Ali.
Yeah, is that you?
He would do that though. I love him, but like, no, I would make his life an absolute misery for him.
Well,
Oh, think now. Oh, love it, Asher.
Sorry. That brings us to the end of the podcast. Thank you very much for spending your Sunday evening recording this.
Thank you for inviting us.
Weatherspoons.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be able to make next Sunday, and I might see some of you there.
Take care of yourself, Will.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, everybody.
Yes, thank you very much. Cheers.